Hello, dear students. I'm Sir Vikas, and you are watching Online Vikas. So, getting to plans part 2. I already have made a part 1 of this video. If you have not watched that video, I suggest you to watch that before watching this video to better understand. And you will get the link of that video in the description link. So, here we will discuss basically the xylem and phloem. Okay, how that means how water and food are transported in a plant. Also we will discuss about the leaves and about its functions, like how it can produce food, which we call photosynthesis, and also one more important thing, that is transpiration. So without wasting time, let us start the video today. Now, food and water transportation in plants. In the figure you can see water and minerals are absorbed by the roots, okay, and in the leaf photosynthesis occurs, which give rise or produce food. So the food, that means food from the leaf, you have to distribute, or the plants, inside the plants the food has to be transported all along the plant, and the water must go to the leaves to produce food. So this is the basic thing. So there are two kind of tubes found in, or we can say tissue. Okay, tissue means what? Collection of cell that performs similar type of function. So there are two tissues, one is xylem and other one is phloem. The xylem carries water, remember it, the xylem carries water absorbed by the roots to every part, and the phloem, other one is the phloem tissue. Phloem carries food prepared by the leaves to all the other parts of the plants. That means xylem will transport the water from the absorbed by the roots all along the plant, and the phloem will distribute the food produced in the leaves. Now the next thing, the bark of a tree. This is what this is called bark. Okay, this is the outer covering of a tree. So the outermost covering of a tree is called a bark. So it has some functions. It without the main functions I am listing here. It prevents water loss. Okay, it protects the tree from harmful insect, and also it protects the tree from cold and warm weather. So I hope you are clear with this topic. Then one more thing, the rings in the stem. When a tree is cut down, then you can see this type of rings in its stem. So this is actually what? The rings can tell us how long the tree must have lived. That means the age of the tree you can find out just by counting its ring. Each ring will represent 1 year. Okay. Now we will discuss the modification of the stem. In the part 1 video, I discussed about the modification of roots. So in this video, we will discuss modification of the stem. So the first thing, that is stems modified to store food. Okay, modifies to store food. Modification of the stem means what? That means the stem, the basic or the primary function of the stem is to hold its branches, leaves, fruits and flowers. Yes or no? Besides this, it also can store food. So this is the additional function of stem. So that's why we can say that is the modification of stem. So stems modified to store food. In this figure you can say this is a potato. Okay, so in plants like potato and ginger, the stem modifies themselves to store food. The buds grow from the nodes present in it which can give birth to a new plant. So these are called bud. Okay, now you try to understand how we can say that it is not root, it is stem. We can decide by just looking over this bud. Normally these buds are found in stem only, not the roots. Okay, so that is why it is a stem, because from the stem only the buds can grow. That's why it is the modification of stem. It is underground stem. Now stems modified to store food and water. So this is what, this is a cactus. Okay, this is a cactus. So normally the cactus grow in the deserts. Their thick green and fleshy stems prepare food and store water for the plant. Thick green and fleshy. In this, this is a stem only. Okay, this is not leaf. This is stem only, and in the stem, it store food and water. Because in the deserts, the water is rare. Yes or no? It is very hard or difficult to get water in the desert. So that's why the cactus can store the water in its stem. That's why it changes, or it becomes thick green and fleshy stem. So we can say that the stems has been modified to store food and water. Now stems modified to provide additional support. One more thing, you can say this type of structure in a creeper. Okay, in plants like creeper or climber. This is what, this is actually in plants like gourd, grapevine, this coil type structure are found. This is called tendrils. We call it tendril, and it provides extra support by coiling around nearby objects to grow the plant upward. The nodal buds give rise to tendril. The tendril actually occurs from its nodal buds. Okay, this is the important thing. Nodal buds give rise to tendril. So the stem has been changed to coil-like structure. Why the coil-like structure is formed? So that it can provide extra support, additional support to the plant, so that it can grow upward by climbing or just by coiling around any nearby object. You can see this type of structure in your backyard, I think. Now parts of a leaf. Now try to understand. There are basically three parts. Okay, this is called what? This part is called petiole. That means the part that connects the leaf and the stem. This is the stem or branch, you can say, and this is the leaf. So this leaves and stem or branch is connected by this petiole. In Assamese it is called what? Thari. Then the flat surface, this is called lamina. The flat surface of a leaf is called lamina, and you can see this type of veins are coming. Okay, veins. These are known as leaf veins. There is a main rib vein. We call it, sometimes we call it a rib vein or main vein. So here in your book, I think it may be main vein, and these are side veins. These are side veins. Is it clear? Now venation, this type of structure normally you can see backside of a leaf, or in front side also you can see. So you can identify this is a plant. I don't know what plant it is, but you can identify this one. This one is banana. Now this is also veins, leaf veins, and these are also leaf veins. But the difference is that in here they form a network, and in here they are not forming any network. They're just they're just like lines, parallel lines. Now this type of venation is called reticulate venation. Okay, this type of pattern of the veins, leaf veins, is called reticulate venation, and it occurs in dicotyledonous plant. What is dicotyledonous plant? The plants that produce seeds with two cotyledons. And this type of venation is called parallel venation. Parallel lines, no? So it occurs in monocotyledonous plants like grass. You can find this parallel venation in paddy, rice, in any kind of grass you can see, Bamboo is also a grass. Bamboo is also a grass, not a tree, huh? So in bamboo also you can find out parallel venation. And reticulate venation, you can find any dicotyledonous plant like mango, huh? So mango, papaya, or any other plants, this type of reticulate venation are found. Now the inside of a leaf. The inside of a leaf is look like this one. The tiny pores on a leaf surface is called stomata. That this is the tiny pores, tiny holes, you can say tiny holes present in leaf. You cannot see or observe these holes with your naked eye. You need a microscope to observe this. So these are what? Holes. And air enters through this hole. And we call these holes as stomata. So through those stomata, the air enters. Also, oxygen gas and water vapor get out through this. And we will discuss about the transpiration later. The transpiration actually, this is related with this stomata. Okay. Now, the function of this stomata we have understood. Now let us see how plants make their food. Okay. In the figure you can see there is a plant and carbon dioxide. This is what? Carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is a harmful gas for us, not for the plant. Carbon dioxide is a harmful gas for human being only or animals, not for the trees or plants. Then this is what? Carbohydrate. It is the byproduct. Now it is water and there is a sun. What is the sun? This is the sun only, huh? And carbon dioxide and water. So in presence of carbon dioxide, the sunlight, the water will produce food. So let us try to understand this. Plants make their food by the process of photosynthesis. The process, okay, by the process. In the process, or the process we call it photosynthesis. How the plants make their food? With the help of the process photosynthesis. So in the photosynthesis process, what happens actually? The green colored pigment, first of all let us understand what is chlorophyll. The green colored pigment called chlorophyll. You have seen the plants are having green leaves. Actually green leaves, why the leaves turn into green? Actually there is a green colored pigment which we call chlorophyll present in leaf, and this chlorophyll traps the sunlight. Okay, and in our atmosphere there are carbon dioxide. So a leaf, through the stomata, the carbon dioxide will be absorbed by the leaf, and the root will provide the water. That means we have the three things. Chlorophyll will absorb the sunlight, the leaf will absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere through its stomata, and the roots will absorb water. So combining these three things, the plant will make their food. So the equation or the process can be written in this way: carbon dioxide, okay, absorbed by the leaves, water absorbed by the roots, and in the presence of sunlight, the chlorophyll will absorb the sunlight. So by mixing all the things together, you will get glucose. In your book it may be sugar. So sugar and glucose are almost same thing, don't confuse. And along with this, another byproduct will be formed, that is oxygen. So if someone asks you what are the byproducts produced in the process of photosynthesis, two things normally produced: glucose and oxygen. Okay, the sugar, glucose is also known as sugar, and the food made by these leaves will carry it out or carry it to all the other parts of the plant by the phloem tissue. Phloem tissue will carry all this food to all other parts of the plant, and the excess amount of sugar or excess amount of glucose, these will be converted into starch. This will be converted into starch. Oh, I'm writing it STARCH, starch. And this will be stored in different parts of the plant. It may be stored as potato. You have seen potato is the modified stem to store its food. That means this excess glucose or this excess sugar will be converted into starch, and this starch will be stored in many other parts of the plant. It may be stored in the roots, it may be stored in the stem, it may be stored in the leaves also. So this is the equation. You must have to understand this. And after that, transpiration. What I have told you about the transpiration, but we will discuss, or we will understand it in a better way. Now, transpiration is actually what? You see this figure. These are what? The water absorbed by the roots. Okay, this water will go up through the xylem tissue. Then in the in the leaves, it will produce food. Now the excess water, what will happen to the excess water? The excess water will be get out. This will be the excess water will be got out from its leaf through the stomata. Okay, this is called water loss in a plant through its leaf. So this is actually transpiration. So the excess water, what I have written here, the excess water absorbed by the root goes out as a water vapor through stomata. This process is called transpiration. I hope you are understanding this. So what is transpiration? You can easily tell me. The transpiration is the process by which the leaves will expel or spills out the excess amount of water that is absorbed by the root. Now you can understand this transpiration with the help of an experiment. Nothing you need to do, just you need to take a plastic bag and cover the leaves of a plant, okay, like this in the figure. And after one day, okay, suppose you are doing this experiment, and tomorrow you will watch that in the morning. If you see, the bag will there are some water vapor, water droplets you will find inside the bag. So from where this water comes? Actually, this is the water that is lost by the leaves through the process of transpiration. So you can do this experiment. It is very easy to understand. Now what will happen if you do not provide regular supply of water to a plant? Then what will happen? The leaves will get wilted. Okay, this is because you are not providing water. So without water, the water present in the leaf or in the plant will be lost through the process of transpiration. So that's why it needs a regular supply of water, otherwise it will be wilted. So this is the end of this video. If you have found this video useful, then please do subscribe my channel, and also share this video with your friends and family, and give a thumbs up, that means like my video. So in the next part of this video, we will discuss about the modification of leaf and different parts of the flower. Thanks for watching. God bless you all.